per se.
Alright, let's go ahead and drop Fina and put Noctis on the team. Put Noctis on Ifrit for the killer. Let's see. Do you have the Reflect Ring from the Final Fantasy VI event?
I should.
If you want to sort it by magic, it has 30 magic. It's currently filtered by fire resist, though.
Ripperoni.
And you've got it sorted by ascending, so it'll be at the bottom. Alright, 30 magic. Scroll down a little bit. Oh, you've got it. That makes things so much easier. Okay, that makes things a whole lot easier. Well, we actually don't want it on Noctis, though. So let's see. We're not going to want Kryla to be your Reflect Ring person, so let's go ahead and stick Kryla in slot, like, it doesn't matter, like, just not slot 1 or 2. Let's see. Alright, Sylvie, yeah, Sylvie works good, okay, because we're using Charlotte, and even though you have powerful gear, Charlotte is, like, a slightly suboptimal choice here, so let's go ahead and put Charlotte where Lenna is, and we're going to have Lenna be the other death person. Does your Carbuncle have Reflect Learn, the spell?
No, but I can, since we've got ourselves a little bit of Lapis.
It's up to you. I would recommend you use Esper Ore if you have it. If you don't, obviously you don't have it. But it's up to you. But
what else am I going to use this Lapis for on the emulator?
Well, yeah, you don't have it. If you want to reset it and get it, that's fine, I guess. Reflect is in the bottom left.
Okay. It's really all out of the way, isn't it?
I'll log into the game and build my Noctis for you so it's ready as well.
All good. I appreciate you helping me out with all these things, man.
Sure thing.
Normally I'd be reading your guides most of the time, but it would usually be pretty difficult getting an idea of which rotation to get down.
Alright, so for Noctis, do you have a powerful holy weapon like Orlando's Estimar or something?
I do have Orlando's Estimar.
Outstanding. Put that on Noctis. As well as the Ancient Sword.
Since we'll be going with Holy Imperils, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, Old Man STMR, Karoja. I have no shortage of really old crap. Yeah, well, I used to be. Well, you're probably lucky in that regard, Ferk. Are we going to be going mostly damage on Noctis, or are we going to gear him a little bit for defense, too?
Go ahead and equip. If you have Eileen's STMR, that's good. I think the catastrophic vest is probably a good choice for the chest slot. We're gonna want status immunity if you can fit it. If you have Edgar's STMR or an easy way to give status immunity. If you've got guts like Lucid Ring or something or Lucid Lenses, that's a good choice.
We do indeed.
Alright, sorry, I was building my own Noctis. Alright, he is now set in tab 1.
Probably giving him dual form.
Yeah, I gave him Lucid Lenses, Dual Form, and Edgar's STMR for the status immunity.
Should be on the same page then.
I forgot. Go to your equipment tab again. Let me see. Do you have Eileen's ST? You do. Okay. Okay. So we're good. Do you have Reaper of the Dust Storm?
Yep.
Go ahead and equip that. And yep. We're a little low on health. Let's go ahead and give him. Do you have Boschka's STMR?
Mm-hmm. The unquestionable loyalty.
I think so. Actually, we might need that on. Actually, no. We're gonna need that on Charlotte. That's more important. Let's just give him Adamantine. Yeah, that's fine. So he should live now. Okay, now let's go to Charlotte. Charlotte, we're gonna want to equip with. Actually, Charlotte, we want to put her in slot 4. Swap her with Lenna. You can just click and hold, and then it'll pick up the unit.
Oh, did not realize. I didn't know that either. Every time I try to click on the unit, it either goes straight into the unit screen or it swaps the party.
Did you gear your or did you equip your Lakshmi with all the tank passives?
Unlikely. Unlikely.
Okay, then let's go ahead and just give Charlotte, I guess, Odin for 20% hit points. Assuming you spec that on Odin.
I don't think I did, man.
Oh well. Well, just give her your best tank Esper. For magic
Probably
tanking.
Golem. For magic tagging?
Yeah. Let's actually go with Alexander. It has high spirit. Alright, we want to gear Charlotte in something like 95% fire and ice resist.
Well, ice is usually not difficult for Charlotte, but we want spirit on her?
Yes, as much spirit and hit points as possible, and we also want her to be status immune, or at least to all the important statuses.
Those are not difficult usually. Although sometimes the accessories are a little bit lacking. So let's see where we're at on fire resist. We've still got all that crap.
Yeah, you can drop all that. Give her the Bosch's SQR. Let's check her resistance now.
Actually,
so she needs a little bit of earth resist. You can get rid of that portal charm you're using. It's not really.
we have a couple options for earth resist, as I recall. I have a tendency to collect those.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the barrier bracer. That's good. It gives hit points as well. Let's see, 70 and 120. That's totally fine. Okay, let me see your. You got way more than you need for fire and ice, but that's fine. That's not a problem.
I mean, ice is like one thing that she just does not take damage on.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's where it's coming from. Okay. Let's see your materia. Yep, we're good. Yeah, those stats are fine. Okay, let's go to your.
I do not get Furk. I'm one off.
Let's go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
Let's go ahead and go to your Kryla, and she is status immune naturally, actually. She's passive
Well,
provoke.
for the important ones at least.
Yeah, she's passive provoke. She's full evasion, right?
Yep.
Let me see her materia.
With well, the materia is mostly occupied.
Yeah, go ahead and drop that Knight's Medal and give her, what's the... I saw you had Terra's STMR, 3 stars.
We do.
Let's give her that.
Help out with our mana consumption on Covenant.
Yeah, Spirit... yep, she's good. Okay, let's go to, who's next? Let's give Sylvie... let's give Sylvie... Let me think. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's put Sylvie on Carbuncle, the Esper. Let's give her normal dual cast. Let's give her the Genji Shield and the Reflect Ring. And status immunity. Let's also give her Pod 153.
So I'm not used to actually having to filter things. Usually I just sort everything naturally.
Well, hold on. Pod 153. I'm trying to think. Pod 153
is only slightly better than her dual cast. It's like 40%, right?
Yeah, but the problem is Sylvie's going to be really busy. She's also doing your Reflect, so she's not really going to have the spare action. So we're going to do without the pod. Let's just make sure the whole team has high defense. Noctis is fine, because Noctis can do Warp Dodge and completely immune those visibles. So he's not going to be a problem. He's self-sufficient, which is why I love Noctis. She doesn't need any resistance, so just give her physical and magical bulk. But she does need dual cast. Regular dual cast. Alright, let's see. Stats look good. We're not really going to be doing... Well, we might do it on the first one. Yeah, let's leave that on her. She doesn't really need the resistance, so if you got something better than that, that's fine.
Want to give her LB fill? Or are we going to even be having time for her LB?
Probably not that much time. It's mostly I want to do it on thresholds, but Sylvie's going to be really busy this fight, so I just leave it on there. It don't matter. It's fine. So Sylvie looks good. So let's go to your Lenna. Let's make sure Lenna is death immune, so give her the safety bit. She's not going to need Invigorator. Let's have... You know what we can do with Lenna? Is we can have her do pod, actually. Because we can alternate. Yeah, let's give Lenna pod 153 as well. Let's drop that. But we are going to want to boost her physical defense, though. So do you have something like Gladio STMR?
Yep. I believe she's already using it, in fact.
Oh, okay. Let's try to find the best way we can to boost her defense even higher.
Got a couple ideas. $60 is already pretty high for a shield.
Is she using her STM, her TMR? She is. Okay, I see it. We can drop the Protector of Lapis. We don't really need that. Do you have Truthseeker, Noctis, or Zargabath STMR or something like that?
I do not.
C cards TMR.
Yeah, that's only 20%, but it's got HP on it.
Chocobo Adventure is good too. It's 20 hit points and then 30 defensive spirit.
And then that would otherwise free up the head slot. Oh, you mean Chocobo Adventure? Okay, yeah.
That's a Corrupt Emperor you put on there. That's magic.
Thank you.
Alright, she should be fine now with those stats. Yeah, those should be fine. Yeah, okay. So she's status immune, so the next unit, I think that's everyone, right? So we're good. Yeah, we're good. Confirm the whole team is status immune just to make sure. Like, you don't have to have status immunity, you can buff it, but just the less things we have to buff, the easier. That's fine. We're looking good. Okay.
It's an old habit to have farmed for that many Fina TMRs.
So go ahead and try to find, I guess, my Noctis, or if anyone else built one as well, we'll try to do that. Mine is in slot 1. You've currently got it filtered by whips on FFBE. Bottom left, 15. Nope. Did anyone else build for you? If not, Matt, just reset and find mine.
Sirius has got one up. Yeah, although that's not Ifrit.
Let's see what kind of plant killer he has, and does he have a holy weapon equipped?
And a Thunder God sword.
Oh, looking good. Go to details, the top right, and then hit the plus. Plant only 100. If you want, we can try it. Go ahead and grab him. See what happens. If not, we can always look for mine afterwards. It's up to you.
Yeah, we can give it a starter run.
Okay, let's test. Because also, I'm a little concerned about this turn 1 ambush because we don't have good mitigation. So we're gonna do the best we can. So let's go ahead and try it.
I'm not even asking my stream chat to to shame people. Jeez.
All right, so how are we gonna deal with this? So we need cover absolutely. So Charlotte can go ahead and cover. That's got to happen. Yep. Sylvie, we're gonna want to do defense and spirit buff, as well as defense and spirit, and physical mitigation. Because we need Charlotte to stay up here. Kryla, we need to break the boss. Kryla's gonna die, so don't bother unlocking anything. Just do Witchcraft, do Calamity Brew, and then do a long duration Magic Break as well. Yes. Kryla, or Lenna, let's have Lenna triple cast, re-raise on Kryla, on Sylvie, and herself. We just have to, if Charlotte dies, we have to adjust, because Charlotte... Oh, we never did any mitigation, did we? Do me a favor, close the app, just right here. Just close the app and reopen it. We're going to start this turn over. This is actually a problem. We have... Oh, geez. Lenna is your only re-raise and your only mitigation. Actually, that's not true. Sylvie can re-raise. Sylvie can re-raise. Okay, so we can deal with that. Sylvie. Okay, we're gonna have to change this up.
Okay.
Yeah, this ambush is probably the hardest part of the fight. If you can figure out this ambush, the rest of the fight is like whatever. Yeah. All right. Shame on you for not having Warrior of Light.
I believe me, I get that a lot. the stream that Cotton and Shadow use a lot. It's like not a week goes by where they're like, imagine a world where somebody doesn't have Warrior of Light. And I'm
Yep.
like, well, I can definitely imagine that world now.
Okay, so let's try this again. So Charlotte has to cover. Like if that doesn't happen, you just automatically wipe because there can be a lot of magic this turn. Lenna, we have to do 30% mitigation. So let's go ahead and have Lenna do. Oh, we can use her latent. That is really good too. Okay, let's have her do her latent and the Guardian of Tycoon for the mitigation. Yeah, Guardian of Tycoon. That's 30% mitigation. It's something. Alright, let's have Sylvie dual cast Re-Raise on Kryla, because we have to have her alive to provoke during the turn. So we're going to Re-Raise Kryla, and... Oh, you can't Re-Raise herself. I forgot. She actually has Reflect Ring, so she can never get Re-Raised. Let's Re-Raise Lenna and Kryla. Alright, Kryla can, we actually want Kryla to have limit crystals. So actually we are going to use Dark Covenant. That's because we want to fill her limit gauge, so turn 2 she can use her latent. So Dark Covenant and Calamity Brew. Because we want to get Charlotte's limit gauge ASAP. The Noctises, they're going to die. So have them use their limit burst just to chain it a little bit. This is mostly for the Esper crystals. So go ahead and chain their limit burst and try to get as many crystals as possible for the team. The damage is going to be bad, but who cares? Okay. Basically as expected. Okay, perfect. Lenna came back. That's what we wanted. Okay. Now we're going to... Let me think for a second. We need stop immunity.
Unfortunately, we only got one person, I think, who can do that.
Yeah, Lenna and Sylvie both can. Okay, let's have... Let's have Lenna dual cast, or dual ability. We need healing too, this is the problem. Okay, let's... Which one is stop immunity? Mystic Teludric? Of course, the one we don't care about. Okay, let's... We have to heal Charlotte, it's gotta be done. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal Charlotte and use Mystic Teludric. We'll just raise next turn. Mystic Teludric, yeah, and heal Charlotte. Have Charlotte guard for this turn. Have Kryla unlock her Jinx Pot again. We're actually not going to Soul Surge here. We can just Dark Covenant and nothing else. Alright, hold on. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're good. We're good. The ambush is recovered, and we're fine now.
We're fine now?
We are. Okay. So someone's gonna get freeze spray. It's on Charlotte, but because we have the reflect ring, Sylvie's gonna take care of that. Now Lenna is going to use raise or whatever.
Are we gonna use raise, or are we gonna use her?
Well, I'm sorry, her skill raise. Yeah, the one that gets everybody back up. Yep. Let's do this, and let's heal. Yeah, let's heal. Let's do that.
Does anyone else need stop protection?
No, they don't. Not this turn. Let me see. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's do that. Perfect. Okay, let's do that. Get everyone back up. Now we need Charlotte's limit gauge. Let's go ahead and have Kryla Jinx debilitating and use her latent. Because we're getting a physical alien this turn, and we have literally no buffs at all, except for physical mitigation. So go ahead and have Charlotte use her limit. That gives everyone 50%. Now, hopefully everyone has high enough defense. They should, with just 50% mitigation and nothing else. This should be fine. There's the death on Sylvie, but because we have the Reflect Ring, we kind of like cheated that. Okay, painful, but we're fine. Oh, and Tyserius didn't do status immunity. What a baddie! It's fine. It's actually going to be not a problem.
I mean, it's since we have so many double casts to go around.
Okay, now it's time to start actually winning the fight. Let's have Sylvie do physical mitigation. We don't need physical mitigation this turn. No, let's have Sylvie do spring cleaning to fix Tyserius, and defense and spirit buff. Charlotte is going to do. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, we actually don't need that. No. Let's have Sylvie do spring cleaning and then gracious night, because we're going to do defense and spirit with Charlotte. Towards the bottom, gracious night.
When you mention names, and I'm thinking, I don't remember the names. I remember what they look like.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yep. And now have Charlotte do Knight's Commands to do magic mitigation as well as defense and spirit for the team. Kryla, let's do let's imperil the boss to Holy, so we're going to use her Eventide pot, or that one, and let's use Dark Covenant to unlock the big pot again. Lenna, let's use AoE re-raise. Actually, no. Lenna, because we actually don't want mitigation. Lenna, let's do not that. Let's do Princess Devotion. Yes, Princess Devotion and Heavenly Treludra, because I want to heal next turn. Yes. Now Noctises, use their quad cast. We're gonna unlock. Let's use True King Awakened to give a big attack buff. Yeah, and then the other ones doesn't really matter what you use. Who cares? Use anything you want.
Since we don't have any plant killers built into any of these.
Yes, but actually make one of the cast Warp Dodge on both of them. That's gonna give them a triple. Yes, that evades 3 attacks. That way they take no damage from the barrage. And use 2 of these, and then finish it off with Point Blank Warp Strike. You can use anyone you want. It don't matter. And there you go. Chain that up. This will do a very minimal damage, but next turn we're going to do a Limit Burst, which is where the real damage comes from. Okay, let's go ahead and use Pod 153 with Lenna. Chain the Noctis' Limit Burst, and let's see what happens before we do anything else. I don't think you will, but hopefully you don't push below 40%.
Hopefully, huh? We'll see. I mean, without Ifrit, it might not.
Oh yeah, that's a little unfortunate damage. It's fine. So let's go ahead and have Sylvie use her limit. We're going to do a barrier. We push the threshold, and this is also a barrage turn. Let's have Charlotte do Healing Glory. We actually should have done Healing Glory before the chaining, but whatever. Alright, Kryla is going to... let's Jinx Pot on Kryla. And then we're going to Dark Covenant right after that. Alright, there's the freeze spray. You can ignore that because we have the reflect ring. There's the first threshold. We immune to all the breaks. Let's go ahead and have Charlotte use her limit burst here. Let's have Kryla do her limit burst here. Let's have the Noctises do a ×5 cast again, and have the Noctises do 1 warp dodge during that.
Kryla used her. You want her to use her limit burst?
Did you actually level her limit burst to maximum?
Probably.
Yep, you're good. Yep, go ahead and do her limit burst. That's going to apply a 100% Holy Imperil for us. Alright, go ahead and have Noctis just ×5. Make sure one of them is warp dodge. And you can chain those up. Sylvie, let's have her do... let's just do immunity to Spring Cleaning and Gracious Night. Let's do all the immunities. And Lenna, let's go ahead and Princess Devotion, and we're going to next turn heal. That way next turn we can do pod 153. The next turn heal will top us off. Okay, go ahead and chain your Noctises before we do anything else. This should do more damage this time because we currently have a bigger Imperil.
A big Imperil.
Okay, so we're in the danger zone now, which is fine. But now we want to start using Thunder. So go ahead and have Kryla use her Thunder Pot and use Dark Covenant to unlock her. Oh, actually, she already got Debilitating. Go ahead and use Debilitating, and use a Thunder attack. Jinx, Geyser Shock through. Yep, right there. That's going to prevent some of the Berserks. Lenna, let's use Pod 153. Charlotte, let's do... I don't think we need... How much damage did we deal just now? We did... From 56 to... We did 26%, so we're going to kill him in 2 turns. Let's have Charlotte this turn use her cooldown mitigation for the whole team. Yes, Light of Grand Shell. Perfect. Let's do that. That'll help with the threshold. And let's have Sylvie do... We don't really need anything from Sylvie, so let's just have her refill. No one needs mana either. Wow.
Are we saving the limit burst for later?
Yeah, we don't need the limit burst right now either. Let's just have Sylvie do... Let's have her do physical mitigation in case Lenna gets busy. It'll still be up for later. Yeah, physical mitigation, and we can just refresh Gracious Night. That's fine. Actually, do Paladin's Duty. Paladin's Duty. For the heal over time. There we go. There's a good pick.
We were just trying to knock out as many things as we could at once, Tice. Taking advantage of the time that we had. Wow.
And because we've got Charlotte's mitigation cooldown, that Bile did nothing, which is what I was worried about. Okay. Once again, we're going to want to use Noctis to warp dodge and then ×4. Or, yeah, ×5, warp dodge, etc. Before we do that, though, well, yeah, go ahead and do that, but just don't actually chain them yet. Alright, let's have Kryla. Go ahead and go to Charlotte. Let me see how many turns are left on her Limit Burst. Her cover should have 2 turns. Go ahead and use it now. Kryla, how long on her latent? How long till it's back up? Okay, good, it's up. So let's go ahead and have Kryla do, we're going to do Impending Doom. And we're going to do, oh, we actually, hold on 1 second, hold on 1 second. I gotta check what turn it is. Turn 8, we need... Oh, we gotta use Thunder this turn. What Esper is Sylvie on? Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, we have to use Thunder. Let's have Kryla do Thunder damage and Impending Doom. So we want to get that in peril as well. So we actually really want to win in the next 2 turns. Okay, let's do that. Now let's go ahead and send off the Noctises. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna win next turn. Okay. Let's have Sylvie do. Let's have Lenna do a heal and a next turn heal because we want to entrust Charlotte before we win. Yeah. And let's have Sylvie just do her small barrier and whatever else, doesn't matter. Spring cleaning, I guess, for the friend. Oh, he still got berserked anyway. It's fine. Because we're going to win right here. Yeah, the Thunder only prevents berserks on specific turns. It's a little complicated. Okay, let's go ahead and trust to Charlotte before we do anything else. We're full healed from the preemptive heal we did. Let's entrust to Charlotte, because we're going to need her Limit Burst on turn 1 next fight. No one needs mana. We're looking good. Go ahead and use Noctises to chain. Before we do that, let's have Sylvie do let's have Sylvie dual cast. We're gonna do a attack buff on one of them. Let's do the attack buff on. Let's do the growing offense on everyone. The attack buff. That's gonna be for.
This just resets the fight and the cooldowns afterwards, right?
Yeah, it does. But we want to make sure we actually kill him. So go ahead and buff yours because yours has more killer. Yeah, with that buff, that's 200%. And let's do the other attack buff on the other Noctis. Because I'm not sure if we did an attack buff in his times 5 cast. You might have, and this might be redundant, but let's do it anyway. Okay, now go ahead and chain and finish this guy off.
Actually, we really don't need MP, do we?
Do that anyway, because that'll give crystals to Lenna. It'll give her a fill rate buff, so she might get some of these crystals. Perfect. Now for the fun one. Here comes the test. If we can one-shot the guys on turn 2, we're fine. If not, might be in trouble. We're going to see. Alright, Charlotte's going to use her Limit Burst right here. We need to get that done right away. Kryla is going to Calamity Brew and, what's it called? Dark Covenant. Noctises are going to times 5. We're going to target the Queen. And this time we want to Warp Dodge, and we want to also True King Awakened. That gives him a 200% attack buff for a few turns. Before we do this, okay, so the friend is not status immune, which means, actually, have Lenna do a next turn heal to everything. That'll give us all the immunities, and that frees up Sylvie to do other things. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Heavenly Waters and Teludric Waters. So now we're immune to all the debuffs. And now Sylvie can do, let's do a stat buff. Let's do Defense and Spirit and Physical Mitigation. Okay, and send off the Noctises. This first turn is very minimal damage, so your Charlotte is totally fine. Next turn is going to be risky. I mean, we should be fine, though, because we can use cooldowns and stuff, so it'll be fine. Okay, we're going to have Kryla do Jinx Debilitating Pot, as well as Impending Doom. We want to get that big imperil on everything. Okay, now let's go ahead and chain the Noctis' Limit Burst, and let's see what happens, and depending on if any are alive still after this, we'll decide what to do. Okay, we're totally fine. That little one does not do powerful attacks. We don't care. He's the healer. He might heal, but it doesn't matter. We're totally safe. So in that case, Charlotte can just do her Knight's Command for the mitigation, 30%. We did push the threshold though, so keep that in mind. We're gonna take a. Let's have Sylvie do her barrier because we are gonna get a eerie sound waves as well. Yeah, so let's do the barrier.
The limit burst.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the limit burst. My bad. And let's have Lenna do physical mitigation. There's actually not a physical AoE this turn, but next turn we're gonna need healing. So the pod infantry, she can't dual cast it. Yeah, you're gonna get Bile and Eerie Sound Wave from the team, which is gonna hit people. Kind of hard, but it should be fine. There's the healing, but bleh. Okay, that was actually super easy.
Pretty tolerable.
Oh, I might have mistimed it. Oh, I think because you didn't push below 60 is why it wasn't. Whatever, we're good. So go ahead and have Noctis, Warp Dodge, and times 4. Just ignore him. He'll actually die on the next limit burst.
And Warp Dodge preceding all these as well?
Yeah. The Warp Dodge might not be needed because both these Noctises have pretty good defensive stats, but it's just, the real damage is coming from his LB here, not really the skill, so even though Warp Dodge lowers the modifier on this a tiny amount, it's probably worth it for the safety.
Mm-hmm. DPS usually doesn't get the luxury of having good defenses.
Alright, Kryla, we're going to want to use... Is her Jinx Pot available? It's not available. No, let's go ahead and re-unlock that. With Dark Covenant. And actually, no, before... I'm sorry, go back up. Let's do Latent first, and then Dark Covenant.
Use it, and then get it back.
Yeah. And before we do that, let's use Charlotte's Limit Burst again. Let's refresh her
so
LB.
We're not going that to waste. Cool.
Let's have Lenna do a next turn heal and mana regen. We're gonna let her take care of the immunities for us because Sylvie's gonna be kind of busy this fight. Mystic to Ludric. Yeah. Okay, now we can do Kryla. And Sylvie can give us... we don't really need anything, so... Yeah, we don't really need anything. So, whatever. And Noctis is going to chain on the Queen. There's the sound wave. I had the turns wrong.
Still looks like we came out okay. Unless the sound wave does something special.
It's just damage. Check the Queen's status real quick. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and do Noctis's. Well, before we do that, let's have Kryla refresh Debilitating Pot, and let's Dark Covenant again because we want to use her Limit Burst next turn. And Dark Covenant will refill it to maximum guaranteed. Okay, now let's have Noctis's do their limit. This will probably push another threshold. It'll also kill off the baby. Exactly, perfect. Lenna is going to do Pod 153. Charlotte can cast Knight's Command. And Sylvie can do whatever. She's not really doing much here. Which is fine. Alright, so we're going to get a threshold here. It's going to be a bile at the end of the turn. We got the sound waves last turn, so nothing really bad is going to happen. It's an even turn, and he's above 40, so there's no AoE physical. Alright, summon him again, which is fine. That'll die next turn. Kryla, go ahead and use her Limit Burst right here. That's going to reapply the Imperil, have the Noctis's Warp Dodge, and hit the Queen. Is True King Awakened back up yet? I don't think it is. 2 turns? Okay.
2 turns.
Make sure that you're using his attack buff during this.
Yep.
Okay. Before we do that, have Charlotte use her Limit Burst as well. Let's go ahead and refresh that. Let's have Lenna do a heal and a next turn heal. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of it. Okay. Sylvie, let's refresh Spring Cleaning and Gracious Night. And send the Noctises. The little guy will die in the incidental AoE again.
This is, I don't think, an AoE turn anyway.
No, it's not. No.
Oh, you mean the LB? Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna die next turn. That's a good place to stop because 40% the boss gets like meaner.
Whew. Yeah, right.
And as you see, Charlotte got hit really hard because the babies do a ridiculous amount of damage.
That's what I keep hearing. Wow.
Alright, give me 1 second. Let me confirm that we are being a safe turn, odd turn. This is a good turn to push. Okay, let's go ahead and have Kryla do her Jinx debilitating and we don't need Thunder yet. Let's go ahead and do Dark Covenant as well. Lenna, we're going to do physical mitigation with Pod. Let's Barrier with Sylvie here.
Limit Burst?
I'm sorry, Limit Burst, yes. Let's have Charlotte do Healing Glory. Double check. Does Charlotte? When's the last time? Does she have cover still? I always forget. Oh, yeah,
we used it recently. Yeah.
And how about her magic mitigation? Where's that? Looking.
2 turns.
Okay, we're good. So go ahead and have her do Healing Glory this turn for the limit fill buff. Also, she can choose some healing for
Top
herself.
her off a bit.
And let's chain our LBs. This should kill the small one because he's still diseased because the healer guy is dead, so he can't cure that disease. Okay, last threshold push.
Like that.
Alright, it's the last vial we have to deal with. Alright, so turn 7, the boss is going to heal unless you use thunder damage on her. So go ahead and have Kryla do... Is Impending Doom back up by now?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and do... Let's refresh Jinx debilitating. And let's do thunder damage to seal the healing. Otherwise she'll heal 10% and no one wants that. Charlotte, let's do her magical mitigation with Knight's Command. Sylvie, let's refresh the status and stop immunity. Let's have Lenna do a heal and a next turn heal. This is going to be a double barrage turn, by the way. It's also going to be a mysterious sound waves turn, so it's going to be a little bit painful, but we should be fine. We've got plenty of buffs.
And the next turn heal, you said?
Yes. That also gives us charm immunity, by the way. And the boss is using charm on us, and and Lenna is giving us immunity to that. Noctis, same thing. We're going to times whatever. Times 5. Make sure you toss in a warp dodge, because there's going to be a double physical AoE that we don't want to
Its
take.
cooldown's up.
It is, unfortunately, if we do that, we might not fill his LB gauge because it doesn't fill any LB. So let's go ahead and skip that. It's only 50% higher attack. We don't really care that much about it. So just make sure
Do you still want to do the warp dodge as a safeguard?
Yeah, we definitely want the warp dodge because it's going to be a double physical AoE and a mysterious sound wave turn.
Oof.
Just make sure you use his attack boost during this. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be totally fine, but it's, you know, just safety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we should win next turn. Okay, let's use Kryla's Limit Burst to imperil, chain the Noctises, and congrats on the Venomous Vines trial being defeated.
I have a promise to uphold for Ferk. Oh, well, I'm such a habit. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm terrible. I mean, we could.
And we did all missions. We dealt thunder damage, we didn't use items, and we did Battle 2 within 25 turns. There you go.
All pretty doable, I guess. Usually the roll compression is something I always had to worry about.
Yeah, the thing with the trials is it's not so much that the trials are like super hard. I mean, they are in a sense. It's just really making sure you understand them and know what's coming per turn and being able to plan for that. And then, if the boss is doing a big attack, view the big cooldown, etc., etc.
Yep, I used to do that, but I guess I've been taking the games a lot more casually. I really appreciate it, man.
Sure thing. There you go. All missions.
Dang.